All right, let's get right into it. So, let's start off with a brief introduction about yourself, including hobbies and interests.
Ooh, okay. Well, my name is Kelly. I was born and raised in the Bay, specifically like in San Jose. Um, my hobbies and interests. It's very like all over the place. I'm like really into like art, gardening, just like a lot of like miscellaneous things. Um, what else? I work full time as a recruiter consultant. So what I do a lot like on Twitch is kind of like productivity and then also giving career advice. I don't know what else there is.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm
No worries.
boring.
No, 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 don't say that. All right, how would you describe your own personality?
Oh, I'm like really shy. I feel like I'm really shy. But like I think like I get like a lot that like I'm very extroverted. But I
Mhm.
think like I'm only extroverted when I like need to be. So like on Twitch, like obviously like I'm gonna be like extroverted, but like if you meet me in person, I'm like well like people shy, but like yeah. Other than
Yeah,
that, like I'm very, very introverted.
that's pretty normal. No worries. Being shy at first, then you could be extroverted. Okay, so I guess we could dive into the beginning, like childhood history, whatever you want to say. So let's start with like where you were born, and we'll progress from there,
Yeah.
chronologically. Yeah.
Well, I was born in San Jose, California. Let's go. East
Ooh.
side.
East side.
East side, yeah.
Okay.
If you know, you know.
Yep, that's where I'm at.
Oh, really?
Yep. Okay.
Oh, Andy's also from East side?
Yeah, he's an IRL friend.
Whoa, let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Born and raised in East side,
Hmm.
never like really lived anywhere else. Um,
I see.
went to like all school there.
Oops. Oh yeah, continue. Feel free to continue.
Oh, I mean, like that's it. That's my childhood. I'm just born and raised in East Side, but I think like I've like said this like a lot like on my own stream that like just like being born and raised in San Jose like all my life and never really leaving the
Mm-hmm.
area like even like on vacations and stuff. Because like my family would always like take us like on vacations, but it would like still be within like the PNW, so it would mostly be like in SoCal or like Oregon or Seattle. But other than that, like I never really left the PNW. Um, and so I have like this like low key hatred for being in California, which is why like I moved out to New York. But
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just like feel like being in San Jose, like I think like you may know that like a lot of like the mindset, especially like in the Bay Area, is very like similar to everyone else. And I feel like there's not a lot of room for me to like grow in that aspect. It's like a lot of like, oh, like I don't know, tech mindset or like startup
Mm-hmm.
mindset. And so like from a professional and like personal like perspective, like I didn't see like there was like any more room for me to grow like in San Jose or like in the Bay Area or even like in like California because you know SoCal is like more focused on like I guess media and like influencer kind of things
Mm-hmm.
and that's not really where I want to like develop in my career. And so right now I'm like in this phase in my life where I'm like kind of like testing out like new places. So like here in New York, that offer more career development and personal development.
I see. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
We could. How about we? You could, like, talk about specific stories and stuff. So, what was it like growing up? You know, like what
Growing
kind?
up.
Yeah, your family, your lifestyle, personality.
Hmm. Well, like growing up, like I guess like a little like trigger warning. My parents were very strict, like any other you know, like Asian parents that have immigrated to the U.S. and we're just kind of like, like, oh, you need to go to like a 4-year college, you need to go get a degree, you need to like go towards like this certain path. And yeah, just like growing up, like my parents were super strict, and I think like to the point like physically and mentally abusive. And that is probably the reason why like I'm very like introverted and not really like, I guess, out there, and like I have like a lot of anxiety still, and a lot of like, I guess, like, like all the mental health issues along with that. But I think like growing up in the Bay, like, and meeting like different people and the right kind of people, wrong and right kind of people, it's really like helped me kind of like grow out of that introverted shell a little bit and into more of an extroverted shell, to have like kind of like a balance of both. But yeah, growing up, I was like extremely shy, like to the point where like I wouldn't talk to like anyone at all. And I was like always like very like self-conscious of like how I looked or like what I did. And I always like tell people that like I was like very sheltered. So like when people like refer to things in their childhood, like, I don't know, like for example, like SpongeBob or something, right? Like I can never like relate to it because I never had access to that kind of thing. A lot of like my childhood was always just study. Like from, I think, like preschool until like the end of high school, I was constantly in summer school. I never really had a break from school unless like, it was like winter break or like fall break or something. But even then, like during like my breaks, my parents would always give me like something to do. So like always like give me homework to do, or like put me in some type of like learning program so that I'm constantly always learning. And I think like that's what like kind of like maybe like start to like realize like it wasn't normal in high school, or not high school, in middle school. I started realizing it wasn't normal, that like I was constantly like in school, constantly like learning and not really like, I guess, like having friends or doing much, or like going to like friends' houses or something. And then that's when I think like I started kind of being like a little bit rebellious, and then I was like getting like worse grades, and I just like didn't care as much. But like when high school hit, I didn't really care much also like about where I went to school. I was just like more focused on doing things that I liked and things that would probably like make me happy, and just like finding myself basically through like a lot of like clubs or like different like communities. Like at like my high school, it was a high school that I went to, without doxing myself, was extremely big. And so I've always like seen it as like, at that high school, like there was no such thing as popularity. And so it felt like kind of nice in that sense, because there wasn't like any like competition or anything, and it was just like a big like melting pot with like different I guess like different backgrounds, different people. And it's where like I found like people who had like either similar backgrounds or similar interests, or like similar personalities, and would help me like grow in a way that I wanted to grow. But yeah, I guess like that's like a big like highlight of my childhood kind of.
Yeah, okay. So I guess specific questions. First off, what's your ethnicity? Are you okay with saying that?
Chinese American. Yeah.
Chinese, full Chinese, both parents?
Yeah.
I see. And do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have one younger sister.
So you were both raised the same way by your parents?
I guess. Well, I think like in some ways, like no, because my sister is special needs.
Okay.
And so obviously like because like she's special needs, like a lot of the pressure was more put on me to be like that like quote unquote like golden child, to be like the child that like takes care of, like the parents when they get old, financially and like, in every aspect. So in a way, like I feel like we both like weren't really like treated like the same, and even now I feel like we're not really like treated the same.
Mhm.
But I think there was like a point where my parents like realized that like she did like have a disability and needed to treat her differently. So yeah.
Got it. So, do you have like any specific stories to give us like a better understanding of your relationship with your parents? Just to get like that mindset. Like, were you intimidated by them, or were you just like fully obedient, for example?
Like pretty like obedient, and I still feel like I am pretty obedient now. um like I'm scared to like tell them like how I feel a lot of times, because when I do, like I'll still like cry, because like I get so frustrated or like angry with them. um but I think like in high school is when like I was like more, I guess, like not obedient, more like rebellious, because I ran away from home. And then that's when like things like kind of started getting like really complicated with like my parents, and then like the school got involved, and that's when like I had to like go through like family therapy with my parents. So I think like that was like a good turning point, because it helped us kind of like, I guess, like reconnect a bit better and see like each other's sides, where we're both coming from. But even after like going to therapy for a few years with them, like it still never really felt like things were gonna get like completely better. It would just kind of be like, oh, like a lot of like, oh, like you're not like worth it, or like you can't do this or that kind of thing because like you're so dumb, or like I don't know, like things like that. It's just kind of like, okay, yeah, like things are never gonna get better because you're still gonna have like the same mindset. But I think like I've just kind of learned to like tune it out for the most part. Obviously there's gonna be times where I'm confused and I'm just like why would you say that kind of thing, and like, you know, like give it like a good cry and then just be like upset about it for a while. And then yeah, but at the end of the day, like I think like my parents have learned to like really like respect like what I do, because like I dropped out of like college initially, but I ended up like working for Harvard Business, and then without a degree, going back to school, and then now working at a FANG company.
Okay, I see.
So
Yeah.
yeah, like because of that, they have more respect. But yeah.
Yeah, so we will transition to more specific things about school and work, but for now, I guess more childhood related questions. So I guess this is still relative to your parents, because you mentioned that you had a lot of anxiety. Do you want to kind of like go over when you realized that and how it really affected your life in detail?
When I realized like I had anxiety with my parents.
Yeah, and if it's not just them, then anything else included.
I actually don't think like I realized how much anxiety I had with my parents until later in high school. So probably like junior or senior year of high school. Like I would always like have like this like weird mindset where like I never wanted to blame them. Like I always like kind of wanted to give them like the benefit of the doubt kind of thing. And I never really like say like, oh, like it's your fault kind of thing, because like they kind of put me in that mindset that they gave me this life, they came here to give me like the life that I have and like all these things. And so I never felt like, oh, like it's their fault, like why like I have so much anxiety, or like why like I have PTSD, or like why like I'm depressed. But yeah, like I said, like going to like therapy really like helped with that. Kind of like opened my eyes to see that yeah, like they're the reason why like I suffer from like all these things, and like why I have anxiety. And like to answer like Andy's like question, how it was like going with them and if they took it well. Sorry if like you can hear like the sirens.
Okay.
But to answer that question, like at first they didn't really take it well. They were just more, I guess, like confused why, and they were just going just to like not get me in trouble with the school, for like, you know, like running away and like not going to school for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But after a while, I think they saw like how much it really affected me, and so yeah, I think after they just kind of accepted it, and then they were a bit more open to everything else along the way. But it obviously like took a lot of time. And how like I handled my anxiety, I tried going to like personal therapy for like a lot of like my anxiety and like mental illnesses, but like I guess like it never really helped me. I went to like so many therapists. Like I think at the time I went to almost every therapist in the South Bay, and none really helped me in the way that I needed help. And so what helped me like calm like my anxiety was focusing on myself and trying to find ways that would help myself. So being more aware of what would help my anxiety or what made me anxious, and helping myself identify those spots. And just like working on myself and surrounding myself with people that actually cared and people that would actually help in a positive aspect, not like people that would just say, oh yeah, I'll help, but not really do anything, or would help in a negative way.
Got it. So this personal therapy, you've been doing it even in your adulthood? Is that what you're saying?
Like going to a therapist.
Yeah.
I don't go to a therapist anymore. I'm just like, I think I'm more chill going to not going to a therapist, because like I just feel like that's like how it really helps me better, being able to like focus on myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like since then I haven't really like felt the need to go to a therapist.
Yeah.
A lot of like the times where like I felt like I'm at like the lowest in my life, like going through stuff, I've always been able to either like, you know, like deal with it myself and be able to like recover from it, or like to also like have like support, like, and other support in my life, like family and friends, tell me along the way.
Nice. Okay. For sure. So, I guess to wrap up your childhood, and kind of like transition to school, do you want to talk about like your relationships with people? Not romantic relationships, but like how you engage with other kids. What were you like at a young age all the way up until high school? And then we could get into specifics about like your clubs, activities, and how you changed as a person.
Or I never really talked to anyone in elementary school. Like I just like didn't like talking to people. I was like scared of people.
Mm-hmm.
And then in middle school, I guess like I found like a group of like friends. So it would be just like a lot of like other like Asian girls that like I could kind of like relate to. But I never really stayed in touch with them. Because like I guess like during that time there was just like a lot of drama between them, and I just like felt like it didn't make sense to me. I was just like confused what was going on. And so like transitioning into high school, I just like kind of like drifted away from them. And then I guess like high school, I was like more down to meet new people and talk to more people and go out of that circle, but not, I guess like not to like a to like extent where like I would like vent to them all the time or like consider them like close friends, but just like, you know, like a casual talk here and there.
Mm-hmm. So how would you, since there's a lot of different people, especially in that big high school you mentioned, what kind of kid would you describe yourself as within that high school group?
I don't know. Like I always like think about that. Like I feel like I'm just like a free floater, just kind
floater?
of like, Yeah, just doing
Mm-hmm.
like what I like want and like going from like I guess group to group, but not really group to group. I've just been kind of like um yeah, I'm just like a free floater because like I would be like in like a lot of like sports or like in a lot of clubs.
Mm-hmm.
Had decent grades like in high school, AP classes. Like I think like if you ask like people that went to like my high school, they would like or that were like in the same like graduating class as me, and they would say that like I'm like well rounded, but like I don't see that mostly because like my graduating class was kind of like a lost cause. Not gonna lie.
Uh, okay.
Yeah.
Without saying specifically where you went to school, can you give a hint so I could confirm what I'm thinking?
Oh. Oh wait. I don't. Here. I'll just tell you.
Oh, okay.
There.
That works too.
There you go.
Yep. Okay, that's exactly the one I was thinking.
Yeah.
Got
So
it. Got
like,
it.
I hope like that kind of like makes sense.
It did. It does. It does.
Yeah.
Okay. So, wait, what year did you graduate?
I graduated in 2016.
Okay. Okay. For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Do you have any like favorite memories about high school or any specific stories you want to tell us?
No. I
Uh,
think like I hated high school with a passion. Like I didn't even want to go to like prom. I never really wanted to participate in like any like high school like events. Like I only did it just to like, like have it like look good like on my college apps or like just do it because like my friends wanted to do it. But like I hated like high school with a passion. I
oh
hated like my
no.
graduating class. I literally don't talk to anyone like from like my graduating class except like my small group of friends that like I've been friends with since then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So you kind of gave a gist of like the story of you running away, which led to family therapy. Do you want to get into the
Hmm.
specifics of as if you were telling it as a story with detail?
Um, I guess like there's not like too much detail. I'm like trying to think
Mm-hmm.
because like my memory is like so blurry now.
Yeah, I understand.
I think like back then, like we got in a fight about like grades and like because my grades aren't that bad. I think like I had like A's and B's, but my parents were like really upset about it and how like I was like participating in a lot of like clubs and like other stuff and kind of like I guess like staying late at school. And so like they were like accusing that like I was like doing drugs or like involved in like gang activities or like involved with the wrong people because that's what at the time that's what like the school is like known for. And so like I got like really like pissed that like they would even like assume that because it's not like I showed like any signs that like I did drugs or anything or that like I was like getting involved with like the wrong people. Like I even like had like my teachers like call and tell them that like I was like staying late for like either tutoring or like to help out with like something for a club. And like I still feel like my mom still does that where like she kind of like gaslights me where like she thinks that like what I'm telling her about my life is not true, which is like what she did back then.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was like the reason why like I ran away because I just like felt so like fed up. Like no matter like what I did, it never seemed like it was enough to prove to her that I wasn't doing what she thought I was doing.
Yeah. Okay, and then that led up to the family therapy and
Yeah,
all that, what you explained.
yeah.
Speaking of your activity in high school, were you involved with any sports and what specific like clubs and things did you do?
Mm-hmm. sports, I did like basketball for like 1 year. I think yeah, like my first year. And then I did like other sports, but then like I never like stuck with it. But I stuck with like club lacrosse, which is like
Oh.
outside of like school,
Mm-hmm.
for like the entirety of high school, and even after. Um, and then like in terms of like clubs, I was like really involved in like obviously like Key Club and like Interact, like community service kind of clubs. And then as well as I did like Tahitian, and I also did, what was it? I did like a Filipino folk dance club for
Mm-hmm.
a while. And what else? I was also part of, well, actually, I don't know if me saying this would be like kind of like doxing, but I was doing like a lot of like teaching. So there was like a program within our school that would prepare you like as a student, to be like a teacher one day, or like to help in your teaching skills. And so like I did that for all 4 years, and I would like teach like, I think the first year I taught like elementary school kids, so, like fifth graders. The next year after I taught like sixth or seventh graders, and then the year after, the next 2 years I taught high schoolers.
Okay. Wow. Nice. So, specific questions. How was your experience in basketball? And what did you play as?
If I remember right, I think I was shooting guard. Um,
Okay.
my experience was like just like whatever. I thought it was very like clicky, not gonna lie, because like everyone like already knew each other, or like they're very like selective with like, who they want to hang out with and like who they want to be. And I think like I and another person, which she still is like my best friend, like we both like kind of like felt like outsiders,
Mm-hmm.
because they never really like, I guess, like included us in like hangouts, or like, like really talk to us. And yeah, like that was like my experience, and that I think that was like kind of why like I didn't want to do basketball anymore,
Yeah.
because of just like how clicky it was. But yeah, it was like all right. I mean, it was like nice to like go to like other schools a lot and like experience like meeting new people, and like, being in that like mindset. But I think just like the group just like wasn't for me.
What year was this? Where were you
This
like
was
varsity, junior varsity?
JV. I think it was, man, this was so long ago.
Like your freshman
20,
year?
yeah, freshman
Oh,
year. So
okay. Yeah, that's what I
2012,
meant.
2013.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Would you say you're a competitive person?
It's just so funny because this is what I get a lot, like when I'm like asked like during interviews. I don't really consider myself like a competitive person unless I'm put into like that situation where
I
like I
see.
need to be competitive. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How about for lacrosse? Did you have another experience or different experience since it was outside of school?
Oh yeah, I really liked it a lot because it was just like a lot of people from like the Bay just kind of like put together,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't like clicky or anything. I still talk to them like every now and then now, but
Oh.
yeah, it was so much better. It was more chill.
Probably like a few days a week type of thing.
Yeah.
Got it, got it. Are you doing anything now? Like activity wise or hobbies? Other than work?
No. I mean, like besides like Twitch, like no.
Oh yeah, we'll get into Twitch. Yeah, yeah,
I like do like stickers like on the side, but other than that, like my full-time job, Twitch, trying to like have like my own like small business kind of like takes up like a lot of my time. Um, I guess like in terms of like hobbies now, like I guess like learning other languages. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah, how many sports?
Yeah. I'm trying to like think. Oh, let me let me count. I think I played 5 sports. If you want to count like band, because I did like winter guard, then 6, but I would not count it. Some people would count it.
Yeah. Band? Okay, that's something new to learn as well.
Oh, I totally like forgot.
Uh-huh. So, I guess to wrap up your childhood, at least through high school and below that, would you have any specific stories to share or anything interesting on top of your head
Specific stories.
that like
Anything
fond memories?
Fond memories.
Okay, it doesn't have to be fun. I just said fun, but yeah.
I don't know. I'm like trying to think now because I feel like, you know, like when you get like older, like you don't really remember as much.
Yeah.
Like all those years just kind of like blur out.
But it's like if you were streaming, you know, and you want to talk about yourself to let everyone know something that they don't already know about your childhood, what would you say, right? That's what I'm trying to get at. But it's okay if you don't remember. We could move on and it'll probably hit you later.
I used to do like competitive swimming from like 2nd grade until like the beginning of high school. But other than that,
That's something.
yeah,
What were you best at for swimming? Like what style?
freestyle.
Freestyle?
Yeah. Now I suck.
Ah, okay.
I don't have that stamina anymore.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's transition to more specifics about college. I know you mentioned that you dropped out and everything, so let's talk about that.
Sure. So I went to community college first for the first 2 years to save money. But I think like initially like when I was like applying to colleges, I didn't get into any colleges I wanted to, except for San Jose State and Cornell. But my parents didn't want me to like move across the country. They wanted me to be like close.
Local, yeah.
So yeah, and I didn't really want to go to like SGSU because like I felt like I could do like better. And so I went to like I was about to dox someone. I went to community college and just like kind of like took it from there. Initially I went in as a biology major with the mindset that I either wanted to do pre-med or research. And so yeah, a lot of like what I did the first 2 years of college was lab research based, and yeah, that was like fun. And then I transferred to USF, which is University of San Francisco, private school in San Francisco, not UCSF.
Okay.
So a lot of people get confused. Yeah, and then after like my first year there, I dropped out because it was really expensive already, and they raised the tuition, and I didn't like bio anymore. It was so hard at USF. Like a lot of like how they gear the bio program is more towards pre-med, and that's not where like I wanted to go anymore. I wanted to go more into research, and it just like it like really like drained a lot out of me and made me like really unhappy. And I wanted to change my major, but I still wanted to stay at USF. But like financially, it would have like taken me like another like 3 years. Like when I talked to my counselor, it would have taken me another 3 years in order to graduate. And it was like, I think without like the raise, it was $60,000 a year. There was no financial aid like on my end, and then they wanted to raise it like another $10K. So that's like $210,000.
That's insane.
For the next 3 years. Yeah. And so I just like thought it was like better to just drop out, because I think like spring semester I had already decided that I didn't want to do bio anymore, but I was still like in school. I had already like enrolled in everything. It was way too late to like get a refund. I just like figured like, you know, like I'll just like finish this. And then I got like a research position with Harvard, and they paid like decently well. So it was like a business research position, and so I figured like, oh, like I'll just drop out of school, figure out like what I want to do really. But yeah, and then that's when I like realized that like yeah, like I could like go back to school, I guess. Like I'll just go to like San Jose State. So I took like about like a like 9-10 month break, and then I went to like San Jose State, got my degree in comm studies. Yeah, now I'm here.
Are you done with school? You said comm studies?
Comm studies.
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
finished?
Wait, what?
Oh, sorry, like when you went to San Jose State for comm studies after taking like a 10-month break, are you saying like you finished and you got your degree?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yes.
Oh. Anyways,
Yeah.
what'd you do during the break?
What did I do during the break? I traveled a lot while I was like working with Harvard. So I was like traveling around the US, seeing like different startups, doing like, you know, like what I do, business analyst. And just like, you know, like kind of like, I think that's when I realized that like I wanted to leave California, because I saw like how different like work culture was in different states. And so like I wanted to learn more about that, and actually experience it myself, and not just like experience it like within, I guess, like, how would I put this, like a company that's from another state but within California. I want to actually like take myself and like put myself in like a new like environment and see like what that work environment is like.
Yeah. I guess you could answer the question.
Yeah. My goal, I didn't really have a goal of what I wanted to become originally. I was like still like confused. I just chose communication studies because it was like very broad. It was very flexible with, I could like change my career at any time with that degree. But I think after taking like a few classes over the summer, I realized that I wanted to do something like with like recruiting. And so that's when like I think like beginning of COVID, I left Harvard. I took a few months break, like maybe like 5 months, and then I started a new startup that focused on recruiting, specifically in international recruiting. And that's when like I like working more with them is when I realized that I really wanted to become a recruiter and take it to like the next level.
For sure. So, I guess that wraps up school, unless you have anything else to add, any specific stories, I don't know. If not, we are gonna lean towards, you know, your work life, I guess since the beginning until where you are now in more specific detail.
Or we can just just go into the next one.
Yeah, sure. So when did you get your first job, and I guess how did it go throughout the years?
First job. Like big adult job, or like
no, any job.
Part-time job. Oh, yeah, any job.
job.
Any job.
This is your full life story.
When I was 15 and a half, so like when you hit the legal age to actually be able to be paid to work. Was it 15 and a half? It was like 15 and a half or 14 and a half. I forgot. It was like some half.
Yeah.
But that's when like I think like I worked at this is so like San Jose of me. I worked at a boba shop, but it was like a Vietnamese boba shop. Your face.
Hey, what? I was reading the comment.
Oh, I thought you were...
No, go ahead.
Really?
Yeah, 15 and a half. Yeah, go.
Yeah, I worked at a Vietnamese boba shop, and then like I think I worked there for like 6 months, and then I was like, all right, I'm out. And then I found like a new like boba shop which is where like I met like a lot of like my close friends now, and I think I worked there for like maybe I did not take a 6-month break. My time is so off. 2 years. I think it was 2 years. No, it was around 2 years. I took a 2-year break, and then I worked at like this other like Boba shop that's like no longer like there. So it's called Thirsty. In downtown San Jose. Yeah.
You work there near
I
near
worked there.
SJ. SU, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa,
So
crazy.
I worked there. I know, crazy. I know, I'm such a typical girl. I worked there mostly because like I had experience like making drinks already, and so I didn't really want to like. I also didn't want to do like retail or anything. I was like, oh, ew, like F that. Like I can't like fold clothes all day. I don't even fold my own clothes. Like, I'm not gonna fold other people's clothes. But yeah, I worked there, and then I worked as a lab tech at
Wait.
the community college
Before we get into the further ones, let's deep dive. First of all, okay, the Vietnamese boba shop. Were you like, where was it? Is it still around?
Yeah. Oh no. I think it's still in the same place, but I think they kept changing names.
Yeah.
So now it's called something different. They just like changed owners, but I think like everything about it inside is still the same.
Do you know which area at least? Because I'm curious to know what your definition of a Vietnamese boba shop is, as compared to like,
It's basically like Lee's sandwiches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like one of those like small like Vietnamese like places.
Yeah, that sell food and stuff, but also boba drinks.
Yeah.
Okay, and so the second one was Thirsty, and it closed down. Got it.
Mhm.
All right.
Any boba hacks we should know
hacks.
about? Hacks? Like what kind of hacks?
Or what did you like making? What
considered a
didn't you
hack?
like making? Any customer interactions? Great stories.
Oh, we could sit here all night then.
Until 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. for you, so yeah.
Not on the menu hack. I don't know if other boba places do this. I've tried doing this at some places where like I'll ask for like 2 different like fruit syrups that they have like on the menu. So like say like mango and like passion fruit green tea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes like I'll ask for like a mix of the 2, and sometimes they'll do it. At Thirsty we did it because it's like, oh, like that's fine, like we just have to say like, oh, it's on you if you don't like it though, because we don't normally sell it like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I guess like that's a hack. I find that most places don't do that, and sometimes they'll like charge you. Like I went to T4 and asked them because they have like a rose royalty.
Mm-hmm.
So they use like royalty with like rose, and I asked for like green tea instead of royalty, and they wanted to charge me like 75 cents more. I was just like so confused. I was like, royalty is more expensive. I'm like saving you money, please. But yeah, usually if you ask for like substitutes, I think for the most part, most boba places would be okay with it. I think it just depends on the worker, obviously, because if they're noobs, they're gonna be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they'll say no. But for the most part, I think like they'll say like yeah. Things like I hate, in terms of like boba, I hate fruit milk teas. I don't think it should be a thing because because it's like the fruit syrup that you use like with the milk tea, if you're not going to drink it fast enough, it's going to separate from the milk, and then it gets like all gucky, so you have to constantly like either like shake it or like stir it like aggressively. But if you stir it aggressively, that's when like the ice will start to like more like get like watery, and then your milk tea will get watery, so then it's just like a whole mess, and it's like gross. Did I ever throw hands? Throw hands with customers?
Any customer problems?
Oh. Well, it's not customer, but since it was like in downtown, like like how it is, like a lot of like crackheads like in downtown SJ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there was like a lot of like crackheads, and so like they would just kind of like come in, and like I remember there was like one time this guy came in and he like went into the corner of our store and he asked for a water cup, and usually like we're fine with that, and he took that water cup and he went to the corner and then like he peed in it and just left the pee of cup like on the shelf.
Oh
It was
no.
disgusting. There's like another time there was like there like outside the store there was like some homeless guy. He was literally on some like other shit. Like I don't think it was even crack. And he was like holding like this like huge pole, and he was just like swinging it around, and you could see like a huge group of cops like follow him with their guns up and everything. It was just like scary, and I like ran to the door and I locked it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those are like I guess like the two most like craziest stories. Taro milk tea is okay because I think a lot of places use taro powder. They don't actually use like taro. So the powder is fine. They just like blend it, so it doesn't get separated at all.
Yeah. So, did you like working at a boba shop? Like, what was the pros and cons in your opinion? And how stressful would you say it is to work?
It's not stressful. At least I never felt that it was that stressful. Except like during like busy seasons, but I think that's just because of our store's location that it felt stressful. Like during like Christmas in the park season, because there's like a lot of people, or like Fanime, or like I don't know, like Comic-Con, Furry-Con, like a lot of like conventions, because the convention center is like right around the corner.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of people that come by, and like Thirsty was like one of like two boba shops, because there's like what I think is Boba bar like right there. And so that's when like it would be like stressful, but other than that, like during those times, it wasn't stressful. What I learned from it was mostly like people skills, like how to like kiss up to people to give you more tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And just like I guess like customer experience. I guess like if that makes sense, like how to like please a customer in the simplest way without seeming like you're fake. Mm-hmm. And kind of being like a little bit more genuine. What I like hated, also in that aspect, I hated the people. I just like hate talking to people. So yeah, like a duo thing. Is Boba your first job? Yeah, Boba was sadly my first job.
Nothing wrong with that. It's okay. You started like 15 and a half for your first one.
Did they both taste good? Both what? Both taros?
Yeah. They're talking about like powder and using taro itself.
Seen a place actually use taro.
Me neither.
I'm not a fan of taro.
What's your favorite boba drink? Or what do you like to make or drink? Yeah.
Oh, what I really like to make like at Thirsty was an oolong milk tea with no ice with boba. So like what you would do is like have like the oolong tea first, and then like you put in vanilla, or you put in the boba, and then you put in vanilla ice cream on top, and then pour like the milk on top of that, and then you shake it. It's so good.
Wait, what
it
kind
sounds
of
like
milk?
diabetes.
What kind of milk did you use?
It was a non-dairy creamer.
Oh, in liquid form? Or do you mean...
Yeah, liquid form.
So not the powder form, okay.
No. Wait, no.
Wait, non-dairy creamer is like, there's powder too, and then you would mix it with like a...
Yeah, yeah, but why would you just put like powder in
there?
No,
I know you wouldn't, but I'm just saying like, I was trying to confirm which one you used.
Yeah, that
gotcha.
One. Like the kind you use for coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ice cream milk teas are like really good for no reason.
Digging his own grave. That look she gave? Okay, hold up, Andy.
Wait, what? And oh, you're digging your own grave? Wait.
No. I was definitely not. There's different non-dairy creamers, like liquid form and powder form. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because I also worked at Boba places and made drinks for a few years, so I could relate to what you're.
We're in the same boat. We're that typical Bay Area people.
Yes, that was one point of our lives. What's the worst drink for you to make?
Worst drink?
Like what drink you just hated to make? It doesn't have to be for any specific reason. Like for me, it was smoothies.
Too, because it takes so long to blend, and sometimes like the blender would get stuck.
Yeah.
I hated that, and it takes so much work to clean for no reason.
Yeah, that's very true.
Did you get free on your own, or you get discount yourself? I personally got it for free. I don't know about you, Wilson.
Oh yeah. Well, depending on the place, because I worked at I don't mind saying it. At one point, I worked at 85, and it's like discounted. Yeah.
Oh, of course it would discount you. It's because they're like bigger.
Exactly. Franchise.
Sad.
Yeah. It's okay though. The other one I worked at is in Santa Clara. You might have heard of it. Relative to a cow, so yeah.
A cow?
Yeah.
I don't go to Santa Clara for milk tea.
Oh, well, no, I'm not gonna just say the name. I can't just expose the name like that. It's like...
Not so good.
No. Anyways, well, as a boba enthusiast, I like to try many places, but yeah, it's okay. We don't have to talk about it.
Me too. I like to try places. My go-to, like, every place is, like, the standard, like, either, like, black milk tea or, like, jasmine milk tea, because I feel like those are the teas you can't fuck up. Those are, like, the basics. And there's, like, times where, like, I'll go to a place and I'll be like, this is disgusting. I'm never coming here again because you can't fuck this up.
Based on the, black milk tea or jasmine. Facts.
Yeah.
Wait, so what are your thoughts on crystal boba versus boba?
Like crystal boba, because it's for some reason, like, when you cook it, it's a lot harder. And I don't get why people, like it so much. So unless, like, you're gonna, like, coat it in, like, something sugary, I personally don't like it.
Okay, you personally don't like it.
What are your thoughts?
It's definitely different, and if it's like a replacement type of thing, I still wouldn't prefer it. I would definitely go with boba itself. Well, I like honey boba.
Yeah.
There's a difference with honey boba and just regular boba, so
yeah.
There's that.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, do you have any more interesting stories? Because, customer interactions, there's a lot when working with boba.
I mean, like, there's no specific ones, but because it's, like, downtown, there's, like, a lot of, like, Karens. And so they'll be like, let me talk to your, like, manager. Like, literally, like, say that line, and I'm like, I'm right here. What do you want?
Wait, you're the manager?
What do you want?
Oh, shit.
No, I like to say that, like, whenever, like, I know, like, because I think we only had, like, 2 other, like managers. But, like, and, like, the owner, sometimes the owner is, like, not there. He's usually there most of the time. But then, like, I'll just, like, say it, because, like, I think, like, after I started working there more, I became, like, more of, like, a shift lead, so, like, the person, like, of contact. And then I'll just, like, be there and be like, I'm right here, what do you want? And then she's like, and I'm like, okay, well, bye. I already remade your drink, like, 3 times. I'm not gonna make it another time. You're wasting my time. Yeah.
What's your, I guess we could say, top 3 or top 5 boba chains or places, go-tos?
Ooh, Soyful.
Okay.
Soyful is one. I really like Soyful.
Because of which drink?
Creamy milk tea.
Okay.
What other
Well
reason?
said. Well said. That's one.
What? Yeah, soyful is like my top tier. Like you literally can't get soyful like anywhere else.
Yeah.
Um, Other places. I haven't really found like that many places that I like, but like I guess like go to. I really like Gongcha's mango green tea with basil seeds.
Mm-hmm.
70 sweet. Yeah. I think like that one is like pretty good. I think I just like the mango syrup or like jam that they use for some reason because like you can actually like taste like the mango bits and then like you know how like mango has like those like thread things in them. You know what I'm talking about?
Maybe. Wait, for the specifically
Like the
Gongchas?
actual fruit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like
Yes.
Gongcha has like those like
Mm-hmm.
threads in their mango bits, so that's how I know like it's actually like mango.
I see.
And it's not just like you know pure sugar. So I like that.
I haven't tried that one. Mm-hmm.
What else? I'm trying to think if there's been like anywhere else that I really like. I don't think there's like really been like anywhere else. Oh, there's like this place in SoCal. I think it's called Tea Maru in Irvine.
Mm-hmm.
I really like it. I think it's very like it's called Tea Maru. I think it's very underrated. It's so good. Like if you like you know how like Boba Guys is known for like their matcha strawberry drink. Like Tea Maru's like matcha strawberry drink is like it's so
Matcha
good.
strawberry, okay.
Yeah, it's called like fluffy matcha with like strawberry. So like I think it's like a strawberry fluffy matcha. So good. I highly recommend if
Did you
you're
say
in
floppy?
SoCal.
Wait, what'd you say?
Fluffy.
Oh, fluffy, okay.
Yeah, it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good for no reason. Yeah, those are my top 3.
Nice, okay. Just haven't tried the last one, but
Yeah.
cool. It's okay, I'm just asking. No judgment, alright?
I like all the fruity stuff. I do like all the fruity stuff. Because I think it just pairs well with a lot of like what I eat.
For sure. So that's your 2 jobs. First 2 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned that. Wait, was this during your high school year, like your senior year or something?
Yeah. Oh wait,
Or
my second job.
yeah,
like,
the second one.
First one. It was my last year of high school. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go
and
from there.
Going into college.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go from
continue. Yeah, with your work experience.
Oh, okay. I think like until like the end of my first year of college, I ended up working at my community college as a lab tech. So I worked in the chem lab department and did a lot of like, I don't know, chem stuff without it like sounding like confusing. So like cleaning like a lot of stuff, disposing of all the chemicals and all that shebang. And then I worked there for like a little over a year. And then at the end of the next summer, so the end of my second year, while I was like working as a lab tech at my community college, I worked at CSU East Bay as a research assistant for the summer. And yeah, that was more like focused on bio though, rather than chem. And then after that, I didn't really work until, or like actually like work until when like Harvard. So like another year later.
Okay. So that's after the CSU research assistant position, right?
Yeah.
How'd you pick these jobs specifically?
The first one, so the first lab tech job, I actually got recommended from my professor to like work there, like work in the lab because she's the department chair. And I was just like, oh, like that works out because I was trying to find jobs anyways, and I'd be down. I'm here like all the time anyways. So yeah. And then the second one was because my boss, like in the lab, she was going to CSU East Bay for her master's, and she needed like a research assistant. So I just like went along with her after work to go to East Bay.
Nice. Okay, that was the second one.
And
then Harvard.
Harvard? What is that? What about it?
Oh, like how'd you get into that, or find it and decide to go through with it?
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh wait, I missed one. So like while I was like at USF, I was like I only stayed at this position for like 2 or 3 weeks. I worked under like another professor at Berkeley, doing research on birds. And the reason why I stayed for 2 or 3 weeks was because I didn't like researching birds, and I didn't like field research.
Ah, okay.
And so he actually referred me to a different professor at Harvard, and it just so happened that that professor, like when I was going to work there, that's when I realized I didn't want to do bio anymore. And I was like, hey, I don't want to do bio anymore. Is there like a chance that, you know, you have like someone else in mind, like specifically like in business or like communications kind of thing? And he referred me to that professor. And that's when like I worked as like a business analyst for them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So referral type of thing.
Yeah, it was like a lot of like referrals.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like I think even like my job now was like referral based.
Oh, like through a friend?
Through a coworker.
Oh, sick. So can you, I guess, whatever you're allowed to say, since that's your current position, can you kind of go into specific details of what you would do on a day-to-day basis? Since you're a recruiter consultant, right? Like how the interaction is with people.
Yeah. I put it simply like as like a recruiter consultant without giving away my exact title. Because like if I give away like the exact title, because it's very specific to the company that I work at, and so it's very easy to find where I work at. But I do a lot of, I guess, like it's like very self-explanatory. It's like consulting and recruiting, so like staffing, so like how like the company can better their I guess like staffing needs, how they can better their recruitment process for the candidate experience and even client experience, and giving support to like the team that I work with by helping with interviews or helping with sourcing, whatever they need. But for the most part, like what I do is to just like give advice and help implement those specific, I guess, like projects or processes, and also do like data analytics like on the side to see like where like they're struggling and what their weak spots are, and then trying to find a plan with the team to see like how like we can improve those weak spots.
Wow. That was a great overview of all of that. And you're working remotely, right?
Yeah.
And is it like just weekdays?
Yeah, it's just weekdays, but I found myself working yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For sure. So that's what you're currently doing. So this, I guess we're gonna transition to topics that's kind of like a weird transition, but we'll jump back again into like streaming and like future aspirations and goals later. So let's talk about your party and social life. Yeah, wherever that started, and you could tell us specific stories.
My social life, I don't know where my social life probably really started in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Like being able to like go to like friends' houses and like go to like, like the typical like, oh, like high school like birthday party kind of things. That's when like my social life started. In terms of party life, I don't think it really started until my, I guess, college, which makes sense. But because like, like when you go to like community college, I didn't really like go to like too many parties. If that makes sense, because it's not like there's like, that like college like experience, that first year of college experience kind of thing at a community college.
Yeah.
And then especially like being a STEM major where like everyone's trying to be pre-med, there's not really a sense of, party life.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think like I went through like my like quote party phase like sophomore year of college, just sophomore year of college basically, and that's it.
So what was it like? Do you have any like specifics about it?
I mean, I never really drank a lot like during those parties. Like I think like I only went because like my friends went,
Mm-hmm.
and I just wanted to I just wanted to like be there to like take care of them and make sure they got home. But so basically being the caretaker. Yeah, I'm that person.
That person, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm the true homie.
But... So when did you first drink though?
Freshman year of high school.
Okay.
With my parents, but yeah. With like friends, like socially, I think freshman year of college.
What's the story between both of them? Or for both of them?
My parents, it was because like it was on accident.
Okay.
Like they gave me like a cup and I was like thirsty and I just like chugged the thing and I didn't even taste anything. And then yeah, that's what happened. I think it was like beer. And then in what's it called? In college, I think the first time was I was with like my boyfriend at the time, and then we were hanging out with like one of like my longtime friends, and then he wanted to like go to like a frat party, and then I was like, oh, I don't really like want to go unless like my boyfriend goes, and then he was down, so then like we went, and then yeah, I think it was like beer pong or something, but
I see.
That was like my first time, yeah, like the typical like frat kind of thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you're saying you're done with like your party phase and the social life aspects as of now?
Very high key, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like during like my sophomore year of college, like that was like also like, like that like rave scene also, and so like I would like go to like a lot of like raves, but like obviously like I've never like done like any like drugs. I don't know why I said obviously, but I've never like done like any of like those like kind of like rave things or like drugs.
Yeah.
Never like drank, never got high.
Mm-hmm.
During those events, and so that's as much party as it gets for me. Like the only time that like I really like feel like I had that like I guess like party a party mindset was like what was it? It was like maybe my I think it was summer of 2019. I went to Boston, and then I was with like one of like my best friends at the time, and she didn't want to go to the club with me, but I wanted to go to a club with my friend. At least I thought he was my friend at the time. And then like he thought that like we were like a thing, and I was just like, oh no, like I'm not calling you buddy for no reason.
Okay, we could talk
like,
about that more in a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like that's when like I like really got like I met like a lot of like cool people like at that like club, but then that's when I like blacked out. That was like the first and only time like I like blacked out. But other than that, yeah.
Okay.
I was like I don't really like party like too hard, like in a under the influence kind of way.
Yeah. So what type of drunk would you categorize yourself as?
I don't know. I don't really know like what kind of like I don't really know like what kind of like drunk I am. I would probably say like more like extroverted. It's basically like more of me, but like more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess like kind of loud.
Mm-hmm.
Because to other people they say that I'm not that loud, like when I'm drunk. But I think like to me I'm like a bit more loud than normal because I'm very like soft spoken.
I see.
Yeah.
Cool. That's fair. So what are your favorite drinks and what don't you like? In regards to alcohol.
This is gonna sound so San Jose of me. I like can like always like go for like Henny and Coke as chase. That's like I think like the only thing like I can really take like heavily. But like for some reason like I can't like handle vodka like at all. Like I think like 3 shots of vodka and I'm like I'm done.
Yeah.
That's like my limit. But with Henny I could take like more than 10 shots and I'll be fine.
Jeez.
It's so weird.
Do you get Asian glow?
No, I don't. I'm
Dang,
lucky.
Lucky.
Why do you?
Yes, of course. That's why I said that. All right.
That's what's up.
Speaking of events, what was your first event? Rave or I guess concert stuff?
Horizon tour. It was 7 Lions and the Tritonal and someone else. I forgot who the other one was. But yeah, that was my first one.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot the other question. What was the other question?
Oh no, that's what I asked you. Like.
Oh, that was the only question.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. Do you have a favorite
was...
artist and favorite event?
I don't listen to EDM anymore, but I think like my favorite event was. I'm trying to think what year it was. I think it was Hard Summer 2018. 2018? I forgot. Oh, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it, your mom. Yeah, I think it was 2018. Yeah, 2018 Hard Summer. It was really fun. But in terms of genre, what I really liked was more like feelsies.
Feelsies? Like what, for example?
Feelsies. Like Millennium.
Gosh.
Like back then.
Yeah.
But now,
like
I don't listen. Now, well, back then, like Millennium back then, not Millennium now, but like, yeah, I don't really listen to EDM anymore. I listen to obviously like more like lo-fi because of streams or like K-pop.
Okay. Ooh, yeah, we could talk about that for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. So I guess this leads to the next topic. We could talk about relationships and heartbreak, if any. So starting from the first beginning, just wherever. Like even if it's a crush, if you want to talk about it, it's up to you. If you're not comfortable with it, you don't have to. Huh? Sorry?
Wait, where are we starting?
To your first, I guess, either crush, relationship, whatever you want to talk about. And then...
Our first relationship?
Yeah, and then it'll go down the line.
That's very long. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
It's gonna be very long.
I'm not judging.
Yeah, I think my first relationship was like so freshman year of like high school. Didn't really last long. It was like I think like 2 weeks long, and we like broke up because of like miscommunication. Like I was like, it was funny kind of because like I was like blind as fuck, so I couldn't see, and he thought like I was ignoring him, like just looking at him, but not like talking to him. And then like we broke up because like he felt like I didn't like him anymore, and like I was mad at him. But then like we still like liked each other for like literally the entire year of like freshman year, but we never got back together. And then
how did you do you want to talk about like how you met and how it kind of got into a relationship, you know?
How we met? I think we met in class.
Okay.
And then how we got into a relationship. Trying to like think. I think he was always like following me like a puppy. So then like I was just kind of like, why are you following me? And like I was like very confused. And then like he would like message me like on Facebook like a lot, and then like we were just like talking, and then like I think like one day like when he was like following me around, he was actually like, oh like let's go like somewhere, because he never like initiates like where to go, he just follows.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, like we can go. And then like he just like asked me out, and then like I was like, oh yeah, sure. But yeah, that was like my first relationship.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, you could keep going from there. Go ahead.
And then my relationship after, I got like with like my best friend since like middle school, and that didn't like turn out well because he was like an asshole and he cheated on me. Yeah, let's not go into that.
Ooh,
yeah, just
okay,
like
we don't have to get into it if you're not comfortable with that. It's fine.
Yeah, I won't expose him. I feel like I still get like a little triggered, like still talking about it, because like I know he still does like the same shit like after like 5 years. Or no, not even 5 years, almost 10 years now. But yeah, he still like does the same shit.
When was he at least your best friend, and when did you date, and when did it end?
We were best friends like the first year of middle school, so that's like what, 6th grade, and then we dated sophomore year. So like I think like 4 or 5 years of being like best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when did it end?
It ended like end of sophomore year.
Oh, so it was just like for sophomore year.
Like a year-ish, kind of, little less than a year.
Okay.
Yeah. And then after that, I didn't get into a relationship until college. I was like, I think like when I turned 18 and I was like in college, like my friends were like really into like Tinder, and I was like the last of my friend group to turn 18. And then they were like, oh, like you should like download Tinder and you should like make it like an account or something. And like I did it because I was like, oh, that sounds like, I don't know, like fun, like meeting new people. But like my dumbass like at the time thought it was like for friends. And so and so I was like, why are there so many guys? And then I was like so confused. And then
okay.
And then like they told me that it was like a dating app, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I got into like a relationship off Tinder with someone who's 6'7". I'm 5. Like, okay, I learned that I'm not 5'2" anymore. I'm not 5'2" anymore. I am 5'3" and 3 3/4, 5'4". I don't know. But yeah, like I'm obviously a lot shorter than him. But yeah, I got in a relationship with him, but then that was like in the leeway of like summer, like going into college.
I see.
And then we ended up like breaking up like less than a month later because I like personally like felt like I didn't want to hold him back from his college experience because it's like going into college, like we just got together. It's not like we were together for like a long time before that.
Yeah.
And so it would have been hard. And we just met kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just like felt like it was just like better to like let go. And so it was like a nice like clean breakup. Not mutual, but like nice clean breakup.
Yeah.
And then like I think like a few months later, like probably like 5 months later, I met like another guy like on Tinder, but then like we were like friends more so first. And then like the more like we talked, like the more like we were like we had like feelings, and then we dated for like a year and we like broke up. But his mom like broke up with me for him. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, like they flew me down to SoCal to visit, but then like he started like acting like kind of like weird and like wouldn't really like want to like hang out with me or like talk to me, even though like they flew me down.
Uh-huh.
And then like I was just like sad like one day because we were hanging out with his friends and he didn't like want to hold my hand or anything, or like didn't want to be around me, so that was like sad. And then like I was sitting in the backyard playing with our dog, and then his mom like comes out and she's like, maybe like you guys aren't right for each other, and like kind of like gave me like the talk kind of thing, and then was like kind of like saying like, yeah, I don't think he likes you anymore. And then I was just like confused.
Mm-hmm. I'm so
and then
confused.
like I went upstairs to go like ask him.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah, I don't love you anymore, like kind of thing. And then like I was like, what?
This was
What?
out of nowhere. Like you did not see
it
this
was out of
coming.
Nowhere. Yeah, it was literally out of nowhere. Cause like he like the week before like I came, like he was like normal. Like we like called, but and like he would like say like the same things. He was like completely normal. And then like when I came down, like he was just like so different. But yeah.
That was during your freshman year, you said?
I think it was yeah.
So Tinder freshman year, and he's from SoCal. So this was like a
Yeah.
distance thing?
Well, I guess yeah, because then he went to school at Berkeley.
I see, okay.
And I stayed like in South Bay.
Yeah.
So kind of. But yeah, his mom basically kind of like insinuated the breakup. He didn't like tell me, and then like I was like, okay. Next thing I flew back home. I was like sad, but yeah.
Did you end up knowing the real reason why he fell out of love?
No, but I can like take a guess. Like it is a very good guess because like literally like I think 2 weeks later I was at Berkeley with like my friend because like he had like some like dance thingy and he wanted me to go. And so I was there, and then I see like my ex like holding hands with another girl already. So yeah, and then they were like together for like I don't know how many years, like 3 or 4 years after, and then they broke up like recently, like I think last year or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can like guess that like you know like oh like there's someone else. Like,
yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I wasn't really like in a relationship for a while. It was just like a lot of like, you know, like hookups or like a lot of like dating like here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing like serious until like I think last year actually.
Wait, so which boyfriend was the one that you went to the party with? Or like your first drinking party?
That one.
Okay.
The mom.
The mom one, got it.
Yeah, the mom one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then I didn't get into like a relationship until like last year. Like a fully like committed relationship until last year.
Mm-hmm.
And that relationship was like really healthy, really nice, and we actually like broke up in June. like this past June because of like we just like weren't growing together anymore. At least like I felt like we weren't growing together anymore, and there was just like a lot of like other underlying problems. And so like I wanted like more time for myself to like kind of like grow, because like I felt like being with him would just kind of like stunt like my growth.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think we're still like friends now, and like we're still like kind of like working on like ourselves first before like kind of like coming back together and reassessing if like we are like, I guess, like good for each other. Because like during that time of like we were together, so like from like February of last year, so right before COVID up until like June, like we basically like lived together like the entire year. And yeah, that's my love life now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you're just like waiting for the future to see if he's the right one still.
I'm just like vibing. I'm like very like self-focused right now. Like I'm not really like too set on, I guess, I'm not too set on like a relationship. It's not like, oh, like I'm gonna put in like a lot of effort towards a relationship, or like put in like effort towards a person. I just like would rather like see how it goes, and like kind of like have it like go with the flow kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like that's just like what's best like for a relationship from like my perspective, rather than like having it be like kind of like forced and putting a lot of like effort for it like in the beginning. But yeah.
All right, so that sums up the relationships and heartbreak. Okay. Let's move on to your aspirations and goals.
My aspirations and goals.
Yeah.
I don't really like know, because I just like figured out like what I really like wanted to do like in my career. So like in terms of that, what I guess like I really like want is to grow professionally right now. I've like said this like a lot like on like my own like streams, but I really value like my corporate life over like my like Twitch life. And so like I don't like see like Twitch as like a priority compared to like my corporate life, but it's because like I love what I do right now. And it sounds like kind of like crazy that like someone would like, you know, like prefer like their corporate life versus like, you know, something that's like more fun, or like to be more fun.
Yeah.
Like streaming. But I really like enjoy what I do and the impact that I make on like not only like other individuals but other companies. And I think like, I don't know, like forming those relationships mean a lot to me, and it's just like amazing to see like other companies grow from that, especially like through recruiting, because I feel like recruiting is very like underrated. Like a lot of people don't like value it as much. But yeah, that's like my goal. My goal is to like, I guess, like grow like my experience in recruiting right now, and to like one day, I guess, like make a bigger impact and have more people value recruiting more. Yeah.
For sure. And how about what's your traveling experience like, and do you have any plans for the future, or you know, like adventurous things?
Like traveled like in the US. I've never like went out of the country besides like Vancouver for like a day or two, and that was like when I was like 6.
Okay.
But so I don't count that. But I've like traveled like a lot like within like the US, at least half the states. I haven't like counted in a while, but at least half the states. Yeah, that's like my travel experience. There's like not really like much.
Some of it was recent then, huh?
Recent?
Like you just drove through to New York or what?
No. A lot of it was like when I was like working for Harvard.
Oh,
Because like
okay.
they would fly me out to like different states and like see like different like companies, and then yeah, like I would. I think like there was like one day like I had like a day off, so then I decided to like rent a car and then like just drive along the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a lot of like my traveling then was because of like Harvard. Now it's like not as much.
Yeah, I could have swore I saw you in like Texas or something. Is that not?
Oh, well, like I was in Texas for like a day.
Did you like fly there or what?
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's what I
it's not
meant.
extreme traveling.
I mean, still it's traveling within the states. Why Texas though?
Oh, because I went to go see Mads. Do you know Mads? Mads
Oh,
Sunny?
no. So it's like you visited a friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't recommend Texas.
Uh.
At least right now, I don't recommend Texas. It's so hot.
Mm-hmm. So let's start talking about, I guess, streaming. Yeah. How did you get into streaming? And I guess before that, were you well known with Twitch, or did you know anything about Twitch?
I did not know anything about Twitch when I first started streaming in mid-April. Yeah, I was like not familiar with like Twitch like at all. I wasn't really familiar with any like social media because I was off social media for 2 years prior to this year. So like 2019, like I just got off like all social media.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was like very confused like when I got on Twitch, and I was like, this is interesting. And I'm like, what made me like kind of like start streaming is like it's kind of like a dumb reason. Like I just like kind of like felt like lonely because I was like living on the East Coast at the time and I didn't have any friends. It was like kind of hard to like make friends because it was like during COVID. So it's not like I could like go to like social gatherings and like meet people and
Yeah.
like, you know, like make friends. So that's when I started streaming. I was just like, oh, like I'll just like give it a try. And
So
that's
all on
why
your
like
own.
yeah. Wait,
Got
all
it.
on my own what?
Like it was your decision to do it. You found Twitch on your own and decided to get into streaming.
Oh, I found Twitch through because like my friend my boss from Thirsty, he told me to make a Twitch account so that I could watch Johnny and so that he could give me a sub to Johnny. And I was like, that's a lot of work. But then like I think like after like a few days of like convincing me, he convinced me to like make a Twitch account. That's like how like I found Twitch. But yeah.
And since you started streaming, what was it like in the beginning? Like what type of streams did you do? And how did that transition to what you're doing today?
I think initially I did a lot of like just chatting and some like art because I was like still working on like my sticker stuff at the time. And like kind of like getting ready to like launch it in a way. So yeah, it was like a lot of just chatting, but at like degen hours here. So like at like 3 or 4 a.m. is when I would like start streaming, and I wouldn't stop streaming till like 9 a.m. here on EST. So I guess it's still like degening like your time. And yeah, it was just like a lot of like talking to a lot of like international people and like kind of like helping with like English skills. Just talking about like random things.
Yeah.
And then I think like slowly like I started like meeting like other streamers, and then it was just like kind of like chill. But I think I still did just chatting a lot. I didn't really like stream games because like my laptop can't handle it. And then I took like a break, like a month break from Twitch because I think it was like a month after like I hit affiliate because like I wanted to like focus like on my mental health from like my breakup and then like other things like going on in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think when I got back on, I started doing more like productivity streams. So like co-working streams, which is like what I do now. But I stream from my phone. Uh, so it was like a lot of like scuff streams up until like recently. So like up until, was it like 2 or 3 weeks ago, when I like finished building my PC with Jarrell, is when I started like streaming more games. So like Valorant or like Pico Park or like, I don't know, like Stardew. I don't really like streaming games that much because I get like really like, I don't know, anxious. And I feel like there's like a lot of games I don't really like Valorant. I'm not a big fan because like I just can't navigate that well. I like low effort games like Stardew. Like it's very chill kind of thing. But I guess like on the side, like from productivity, I stream like Tetris. I'm like into Tetris, but yeah, that's like where I'm at now with like what I stream.
How good are you at Tetris?
I'm not that good compared to like other people in my lobbies. I think like I'm the worst compared to like other people in my lobbies.
Oh, I don't even know what like lobbies are referred as, but
so like
your own friends
people
or
who like come into play.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what you mean.
Yeah. So there's like ranks for Tetris. So similar to like how grades work, like there's plus and minuses and like either like or like just like flat grades. It goes like by that. So it starts from like I think C minus all the way to like A plus, and then it goes to S ranks. So I think it goes from like S and then SS, and then there's U ranks, which is like I think top, someone correct me if I'm wrong, like top 500, top 100 or something in the world. And yeah, Tetrio is just
Tetrio.
It's Tetrio. Yeah, it's very like sweaty. Like when I get back, because like I think like you met me like when I wasn't really streaming Tetris, so yeah, like when I get back, like you'll see like how like insane it gets. But yeah.
So before you moved to where you're at now, you said you were living in the East Coast prior?
Yeah, or well, no, I was in the Bay, like with like my family from like May to like recently, so like until like last week.
Yeah, but before that, were you ever living in the East Coast at all?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
was
meant.
like living on the East Coast for like a few months because I stayed with like my ex's like family because we spent the majority of COVID like with my family. So then we spent COVID with his family because he hasn't seen them in 2 years.
I see. Okay.
I play Tetrio, not Tetris 99.
Alright, so these are just more specific questions from what you've already mentioned throughout the podcast so far. Do you want to talk about your small sticker business?
I feel like it's something like I don't like put too much care into right now. But it's just like I just like making like stickers like for fun. But I don't like advertise it like anywhere else but like on my like Twitch, and I don't really like even like mention a lot on my channel. I just like leave the panel there in my about, and I just like have like a Google Forms there. But lately I've been like thinking more of like doing like it on Etsy, but I probably won't like open like an Etsy shop like account thing until like my next sticker drop.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you can handle this now.
What's up, Trez? Thank you so much for the raid, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Ace, what's up? What's up, everyone? Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Man, you chose me to raid. You're insane. Shonimu, hello, hello. The softest bank, welcome in. Too kind, guys. Thank you so much. Helly, do you recognize any of these people or no?
No, I refreshed. I don't know Trez.
He will be here in next week's podcast on Sunday.
Ooh,
Super
nice,
cool,
nice.
supportive dude.
Hello.
Thank you, Trez. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for the follows, Softest Bank and Shonimu. I'm so sorry if I butchered your name. Okay. So, how did you decide to come up with the idea of making stickers, like, into, like, a business? Do you have, like, a printer, by the way? Is that what you mean? That prints stickers?
No, so, I normally, like, just, like, in general, really like drawing. I've always, like, loved, like, art. So I didn't really try digital art until, I think, what was it? Like, January. And that's when I was like, oh, this is, like, alright. Like, I can do, like, stickers. So, like, the onion, like, emote, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the sticker that I have. But I guess, like, I just, like, wanted to, like, try it. And so, like, I don't have, like, the time to, like, print them myself because, like, obviously, you know, like, my time is, like, very, like, limited, and, like, I feel like it would just take up, like, a lot of my time, so I go through, like, a third party to get it printed. And it makes life so much easier. But yeah.
What have you done before, and have you, like, sold many already?
What do you mean, what have I done, like, before?
The artwork for the stickers. Yeah, like, what kind of designs do you do?
I've done, like, the onion one. I've done, what else have I done? I did, like, a like, mushroom, like, holding knives, and then they're, like, very, like, cute stickers. Like, not, like, you know, like, cool or, like, text stickers. They're just, like, very, like, kawaii stickers. And, one is, like, my 10K, like, Twitch emote thing. The bit emote, and then what else? There's, like, another one. I forgot what it was. Oh, and it was like a baby bok choy, like, just like a baby. But yeah.
Sure, for sure. Sticker business, sick. My sister also makes stickers too, so it was interesting to know, like, your perspective.
Plug her stuff.
Plug for stuff. Okay.
Plug her stuff. Hello, Mike.
Guys, you guys could drop Kelly a follow by using the !guest command. There's the link to her Twitch. And for those tuning in that have no idea what I'm doing, I've been doing, like, podcasts with other Twitch streamers to get to know them on a more personal level. So this is kind of like an overview !podcast. But yeah, I'm gonna have Trez next week on Sunday. So thank you guys for tuning in. Much appreciated. Okay, so why specifically New York?
I think it's, like, the culture is a little bit closer to the Bay Area compared to a lot of, like, bigger cities, if that makes sense. Well, like, culture as in, like, there's, like, a lot of, like, diversity, and I think, like, diversity has, like, always been, like, something that's, like, important to me. Like, I don't really, like, want to be somewhere that's, like, to say the least, like, you know, like, a hick town. I don't want to be, like, you know, like, the only, like, Asian there and just kind of, like, suffer, like, going through, like, you know, like, a lot of, like, discrimination or anything. So I chose, like, New York because it's a bit more, I guess, like, a little closer to, like, what the Bay Area offers in terms of diversity. But it also like has like a lot of like people that just like focus on themselves, which is something like I'm really trying to do, and kind of like growing like from that and doing like what I want to do without like having to care about what other people think.
Yeah. How would you compare New York to the Bay from your own experience so far?
I think people here are a lot more open-minded to just like a lot of like thoughts and opinions. I don't think a lot of people here are like very like closed-minded and like will like try to like sway you to see things how they see it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They'll actually be like very like open to hear what you have to say and just kind of like hear your perspective and learn, but still like be able to like respect like what you think and give their like kind of like intake. If you ask, they won't try to like impose like, oh, but this is like what I think kind of thing. Whereas like in the Bay, like I think a lot of people kind of want to I guess sway you to think the same. And I think it's like a lot like in terms of like political standings also, which like I think like in terms of like politics, I think most of the time there has to be like kind of like a balance where yes, there are things that are like more like morally right, but I think like there comes a point where you need to also like respect what other people think. And I think like a lot in the Bay Area, like people don't really like try to like be more open to see like where they're coming from before they try to sway them. They just kind of like gun it and like try to like sway them. If that makes sense.
Yeah, just describing the type of people you've encountered and what you know.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, before your move to New York, have you ever been there before?
Yes.
Okay. So you have like a lot of connections and friends there?
Say like a lot of like connections or friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a handful, but they all live like in like Brooklyn or like Staten Island, so not like in Manhattan. So I'm not really like close to anyone because like Brooklyn is like about like an hour train ride from me, 45 to an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like pretty far from me.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, like I do like have people like somewhat in the area or like other people like in Jersey City.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
What are the best places to visit there, in your opinion so far? Have you been traveling a lot?
Ooh, best places. Obviously, like I think food is like one of like the best like things like you can do here in New York. I think Roosevelt Island is like a really like nice place to go to in spring or just like in general. It's very chill. What else? Like walking along the piers in New York. I really like enjoy that because like New York has like kind of like geared their piers to be more like homey and athletic. So like some piers will have like certain sports they gear towards. So like there's like basketball courts or like tennis or like golf on certain piers. I think that's like really cool.
That sounds cool.
There's like some like breweries on some piers,
Mm-hmm.
restaurants, you know. It's very different compared to like, you know, like piers like in SF where it's like food or just like just walk. That makes sense. It's just like a plain pier. You just walk on. Yeah.
Have you been to any of the, like, what's it called? Speakeasies? I think that's what it's called.
Speakeasies?
Or what is it called? Like those hidden bars and stuff?
I've been to like hidden parks, but not hidden bars.
Oh, okay.
Mostly because I don't really like going to the bar.
Ah, okay. Because I feel like they're known for that. I totally forgot what it's called. If that's not what it is.
Speakeasy is the term.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that park there? Like the really big one. Have you been there yet?
Central Park?
Yes, I totally forgot. I was thinking of the Golden Gate Park for a second.
Oh, Yeah, I've been there. I walked through the entire thing. Like last time I was here,
Uh-huh.
it was like it's so long. It's brutal. My feet hurt. It's like what, like 70 blocks long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it though. It's nice. There's always like something different.
How about the museum there? Have you been to that?
Which museum?
It's like right within the park, right? Central Park. Near the center of it, towards the right. I
I
totally
know
forgot
what
the
you're
names.
talking about.
Hmm.
I forgot what it's called too, but I have not. I didn't know Central Park had a zoo though. I went there last time. I don't recommend. They literally have like less than 20 animals.
Oh
Not like 20
no.
like different kinds of animals, but like
Yeah, in
20 actual like individual animals.
I
It's so
see.
sad. Don't go.
Don't go to the zoo in Central Park.
Yeah, yeah, don't go. I thought there was gonna be more because it's like in Central Park. Nope. To America.
Yeah. Kelly will recommend specific places since you've been to quite a lot of states, right?
Yeah.
Which states would you recommend?
What states would I recommend? It
Yeah.
depends. Like, what do you like? You know, like if you want like more like chill vibes, I would like recommend like California. Obviously, like if you like sun, California. If you like I don't know, like more rainy, then like obviously like Seattle or like Oregon. Or if you like the like it's very like stereotypical. If you like the hustle and bustle of like big cities, then like New York is like good.
Mm-hmm.
Or like Chicago. If you like kind of like more like close knit kind of feel, like old town vibes, but like still like city like, Boston is good. Yeah, it just like depends what your goal is like when you travel.
Yeah. So, since we talked about traveling, I don't think I asked you, are there places you want to visit?
Yeah, I want to like go to like obviously like out of the country
Mm-hmm.
because I technically haven't really been out of the country. So like I think like my first ones to go to is very like typical. I want to like go to like Japan and Korea.
Yeah.
But I think that's more so because like I've been like trying to study like Japanese and Korean for like the past year. And so I kind of like want to get better at it.
Oh, there you go.
But,
Those are the two languages that you've been studying, or are there
yeah.
more?
Those are like the two that I've been trying to study. Hi, Pumba.
What can you say in Korean and
I
Japanese?
can't say much. Like with Korean, it's so weird because I can read it, but I just don't know what anything means. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it's
Uh-huh.
very hard for me to like grasp like the structure of everything in Korean for some reason. But like with Japanese, it's very like basic. I think like my Japanese is at like a first grader's level. Because I'm still trying to like learn like kanji. Yeah.
Can you count to 10 in either languages?
I don't think I can in Korean. In Japanese, I haven't done it in a long time. I think so.
You want to go for it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm like
Okay.
I'm trying to think in my head.
Oompa, onion has sale?
The onion has sale. Onion has sale. I think, what is it? I think for some reason I can't think of 7 in Japanese. So I can like skip through 7.
7?
I can't think of what 7 is. Isn't it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I don't remember 7 and Hachi.
Shichi?
Is it? I don't know.
I don't know. I think so. Wait, Trez. Do you know how to count to 10 in Oh, there you go. Nana or
What's
Shichi.
Nana? Nana. Yeah, Nana, Hachi. What's 9? 9 is. I don't
Q?
remember
Q or
9.
something?
Q, yeah, Q. Yeah.
Ichi, San, Shi, Go, Roku, Shichi, Hachi, Q, Q, Ju.
Q.
Uh,
Yeah.
there you go. That's our lesson from
So
Trez.
good. That's our lesson of the day.
Thank
So
you, thank
good.
you. Okay,
Appreciate it.
so the other questions I have before I get into the really random ones are based on your interests and what you've said so far.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to talk on mental health specifically, like how you came the struggles and you know what you went through basically?
I'm trying to think like what to like say.
Mm-hmm.
I think like a lot of people like find like therapy is like really good for them, especially like nowadays. But I think like for like everyone out there, like it's okay if therapy doesn't like work for you. Like therapy hasn't like necessarily like worked for me. As long as like you find like what actually like works for you and you're able to like reach out to people that care for you, and you make sure that like you're reaching out to people like genuine people that care for you and will be there for you, and then I think like for the most part like you'll be fine. um yeah, there's like a lot of like different ways to like handle things, and it's okay if some things just don't like go like your way, or like it just doesn't like work in your favor. There's always like other ways to solve like, you know, like your issues, or to help with like your mental health. And I think that that's like the biggest thing that like I learned like with mental health, because I always thought that like I needed to go to like therapy to like fix myself, or to say the least, and to like get better. But that obviously wasn't the case. Like for me, like it was like what I least needed. And what I needed more so was myself. And with like mental health, I think that's like what everyone needs. It's a little bit more self-love and more attention for yourself.
So for you specifically, what did you do to overcome all the negativity? Was it just time that also helped? Just getting by?
Yeah, I think time like also like really like helped with like negativity. um I always like really, I don't know, like I feel like I'm always like putting myself down like even now, but it's not as much. And so like I think like I always like had like this like reminder like on my mirror, because like it's like the one thing like I look at like every day, like when I wake up to like get ready, right? I like have like this like post-it note like on my mirror to like remind myself to give like one compliment to myself every day, like when I like look in the mirror, to just like kind of like start my day good, to be like nice to myself at least once a day. And I think like in a way that kind of helped. It like got me in the cycle to not like self-deprecate as much, and to really like appreciate like what I had to offer, not only like to others but like to myself, and like where I can like really grow, like what my strong suits are and like what my weaknesses are, and being honest with myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There you go. That covers the mental health topic that I was curious about. This kind of goes back, super random. Do you speak Chinese?
I speak Cantonese. My Mandarin is like so broken.
But your family, do they speak Cantonese as well? Like, primarily?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna ask you to speak it. Alright, alright.
Do you not know how to speak Cantonese? Or do you know how to speak Cantonese or Mandarin?
Very little of both. Very little.
Oh. Big sad.
Big
Like,
sad.
big
Yeah, it's
sad.
sad.
I wish more people speak Cantonese. I get so excited when like I find out like someone speaks Cantonese.
I mean, you could say something. I'll probably try to tell everyone what you said.
No, it's all good. I won't test you.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll also just sound really aggressive.
It does sound more aggressive, like especially compared to Mandarin, right? You think so?
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I think that's why, like, I sound aggressive a lot.
Okay, Andy speaks a little Cantonese, and he understands little.
Oh, you're my favorite person now, Andy.
Google? Oh, wow.
Google. Wow.
Wow.
Wow, never mind. You're
Yeah.
my least favorite person.
He always has a way to,
Can't
like,
even own
put
up
himself
to it.
down.
What the heck?
Sick gong, sick tang, siu siu.
I thought you were saying that you were eating for a second.
Oh, sick, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you seen like this video of like this lady like doing like different tones like in Cantonese? Like, she was like saying like go 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 go.
No.
Like to other people who don't know it, it sounds the same.
Uh-huh.
But if you speak Cantonese, like you can like hear like the difference. Well, apparently, I don't trust you anymore, Andy.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought you were saying like brother the whole time. From the way you said that.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
I've said brother like twice, I think.
Alright, into the other questions. So, I did, my research that was publicly available that you're interested in K-pop, K-drama, art, and anime. Do you want to talk a little about those? Like, what specific groups and stuff you like?
Wait, what?
Did you say who said that? Said what?
Yeah, who said that? Wait, someone said that I was like interested in all those topics?
It's in your About Me page.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah. Do you not like it anymore?
Well, no,
K-pop.
I was like so confused. I was like, when did I say that?
Oh, okay. Alright, favorite K-pop group?
My favorite K-pop group, Twice.
Twice?
Yeah, Twice.
Favorite song?
I'm like, Twice, yeah. Oh, Ice Cream.
Is that by Twice?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I don't know my K-pop.
Song.
I don't know K-pop. Alright, K-drama.
K-drama. My favorite K-drama?
Mm-hmm.
Hard. I'm trying to think. Full House. That's like a classic one. I've like watched that like I don't know how many times. Probably like more than 10 times.
You said Full House?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Andy has a question for you.
Watch Lisa solo? No, I'm not really a Blackpink fan. Cancel me. I think it's because like Twice and like Blackpink are very like they're very different. Like Twice is more cutesy and then Blackpink is like more hardcore. I'm not like into like like hardcore like type of vibes.
You're dead to me, go
Wow, fuck you, Andy.
I thought he was talking about like something relative to Twice, not a completely different group. Oh my god.
No, he's talking about something completely different.
In regards to art, what do you like to create? Other than stickers and emotes.
Art, abstract paintings.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any with you? Or on you right now?
I don't. Cause I don't take my paintings with me, like...
Oh, it's through paint? Like...
Yeah,
okay.
No, not through paint. Or like actual physical
yeah, physical.
art. Yes.
So it's not digital.
You think of like the digital
No. I was trying to confirm if you actually like paint like physically.
Yeah. I paint physically.
Abstract.
I do like more acrylic and watercolor.
And then there was also a mention of anime. What do you like to watch?
Ooh.
Or maybe your top 5.
I like romance. and like slice of life. I can't watch like too much action.
Mm-hmm.
But I was able to watch Jujutsu Kaisen. So
Is it good to you?
I think it's pretty good. I'm like into it. I tried watching, what is it? Demon Slayer. I got scared like halfway and I like exited Crunchyroll. I was like, this. I like started crying. I cried so hard. It gave me so much anxiety for no reason.
Like the
Okay,
first
you don't
episode?
understand, Andy. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so you're like, you get really emotional when you like watch things.
Yeah, I don't like watch like a lot of movies or anything because I get like really scared. Like I get so scared. Like I got scared of like Finding Dory.
Oh.
Yeah, I got scared of Finding Dory. Like when any spoilers? I'm sorry. Like when like the van like went off the bridge. I had so much anxiety for no reason. I was like crying.
Shoot, that's extreme. Jeez.
Yeah. So I can't like watch anything. But in terms of like my top anime,
Yeah, top 5. Let's go.
okay, my top one is Silent Voice. I think that's just like it's just like a work of art. Silent Voice is just so good. I think Sword Art first season is up there somewhere.
Ooh.
It's within top 5. Only first season. What else? I think Jujutsu Kaisen's probably also up there. There's like an anime like I watched recently, but I forgot. I don't really think. I think Seven Deadly Sins is pretty good. Like I've liked like the entire like all of the seasons of it so far, so I think that's up there.
Even the last season?
Yeah, the last season's so good.
Okay, no spoilers. I haven't watched it yet.
It was so good. I forgot who. I think Johnny like sent me like the pirated site to watch it, and I binged it. I binged it so hard, like within less than a day. It was so good.
Oh, I don't think I know Johnny.
Oh, you don't?
Is he another streamer?
Yeah, he is. He's like friends with like the Changman and like Instant Noodles.
Oh, what the heck? That's cool.
You know them?
Yeah.
They're like a little group thing. Like Johnny Chang. You don't know him?
No.
Oh. Yeah, him. But yeah. One more that I think is really good. Which one do I think is really good? I'm like looking through like my anime list right now, like which one is like really good.
Yeah, two more.
Two more?
Yeah, you said
really?
Jujutsu, Sword Art, Seven Deadly Sins, right?
And Silent Voice. Silent Voice is so good. That's like the top one.
Oh, you said Silent Voice? That's why he said
it? Oh,
okay. How did I not hear that?
Why'd you think they were saying it?
I don't know. I thought they were just throwing out their opinions.
No,
okay.
It's so good. It's so good. I guess like Your Lie in April. I don't know. I'm like a bit iffy. I don't know if it would be like my top 5.
Oh, you watched it?
Your Lie in April?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Or Violet Evergarden. It's also really good.
Violet Evergarden. Cool, so that's your top 5. Alright. Keep in mind, guys, that anyone could ask questions to Kelly while she's still here, so feel free to ask away.
Ask away.
Are there any other topics you want to specifically talk about? Because from here, it's just mostly like the random quick hitter questions. As in like the last ones I have for you.
I don't like have anything like specific. I'm literally just chilling. I literally like woke up like I don't know how many hours ago. I woke up at like 5 or 6 my time.
Okay.
Okay, Andy, really?
Niall has the question.
Who? Your
Favorite
fave
book.
book? Funny story. I don't read. I have ADHD, so I can't like read because like I just can't focus. Like even when I watch things, I can't focus, so I have to like pause it and then do something else and watch it, or like I have to do something while watching it.
I see.
Yeah.
So since you're pretty busy now, then what is your like daily routine like as of now?
My daily routine. I get up, hop on meetings, work my 9 to 5, which is more like a 9 to 7 job now. Go out and eat, go on a walk, and come home, talk to friends.
You walk every day?
Yeah, I walk every day. I try to at least. There's like probably like one day in the week where I don't walk because I'm that exhausted. But yeah, come home and go to sleep. Very simple life here. But if it's like back in the Bay, then it's very similar. It's just no walking, no going out. It's working, and then from like 6 to like 3 or 4, and stream from like 2 to like whenever the night ends, and then I sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you wearing
What
contacts?
industry? Yes, I am. I sadly don't have any like normal clear contacts with me. That's like the one thing I forgot to bring. What industry is your 9 to 5? Tech. I work in tech, sadly.
Sadly.
It's like the one industry I didn't want to work in.
Oh, so you recruit basically specifically for tech companies?
The company like I currently work for, it's a tech company, and I recruit tech roles, but it's like very like complicated tech roles. So it's not like multiple companies. It's just one company now. I used to like recruit for multiple tech companies, and then also like recruit for education overseas.
See. So I don't know, how long has it been since you've been to New York? When are you coming back?
I'm coming back sometime in October. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I have like stuff to do in like October, and then I figured that since it's like so close to the holidays, I might as well just stay there. And yeah, until like when holidays are over. But yeah.
All right, any questions from you guys for Kelly before I get into, I guess, the final 5 questions?
What about get to know Wilson?
No, this is your episode.
Wait, but there's no get to know Wilson.
Oh no, I thought about it. Maybe someday. We'll see.
Who's gonna interview you?
I know, right? Exactly. Who would interview me? I definitely want to
Andy?
get to know my friends more, or all the Twitch homies. That's why I'm doing this. No, I don't like the questions, guys. I don't like what you guys have been asking. I can't let Andy do it. Oh.
Do you care about his 30 girls? I want to know.
Dude, no one. They're. I don't even know what he's talking about. How are you gonna believe him? I just met him like last week.
Oh, you're right. How am I gonna believe Andy?
Yeah, exactly.
He's a liar. Never mind. Yeah. You said you were in the phase of moving to new places and trying out areas. Do you plan to move somewhere else after New York? Maybe. I don't know. I've been thinking about like I don't know, like maybe like Seattle. Sounds fun, but I'd hate the rain, so I don't know about that. But I like snow. Um, yeah, I'm still like trying to figure out like where I'd want to live, where is like affordable and such.
Mm-hmm.
31 now after today. What?
The heck? Do you... Okay,
Do you
anyways,
prefer the
skip that.
cold
Do
over
you...
the heat? I prefer heat. I'm not used to the cold yet, but like I think like if I'm put in the cold, I can most likely like handle it as long as it's not negative. But I think it's because like I'm very like excited, so then like I can handle it because I'm just like filled with like so much energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's so cold here right now. Can't wait for summer. Wait, where's Eunice?
Australia!
Oh, Australia trip? Hello, Valerie.
Hello, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in to the stream. Appreciate you. Hey, new besties.
New besties, what's up?
Did you follow me here? Andy?
Oh wait, Andy's literally been following you for like 10, 11 days.
Wait, you could see that? Where?
If you click on his name, it says following since September 1st.
Oh, yeah. I'm a noob.
I thought he was like your other like friend. You had like two Andys.
Oh, well, this Andy I met through my second guest for the podcast, Miss Christina OCE, and then he stuck around because he's a true homie, so I love him.
You sure he'd be lying? He'd be capping a lot.
Eunice, thank you so much for the follow as well. It's okay. But yeah, IRL friends, Andy, it's Andy, my mod, and Sleeping. The guy that really enjoys the anime silent voice. Yeah. Oh, you know Richard?
Richard who?
Bubble Rich?
Richard who?
Oh no. Bubble Ridge right there. Like, he said it's Kelly. Oh, she doesn't know me that well. Anyways, shout out to Richard for being here. What's up?
I don't think he's like in my chat like that often.
Okay.
If he follows me, I don't think he's in my chat that often.
Okay, as people come up with questions, I could just ask you the last 5, and then we could go from there.
Okie dokie.
Alright, so question number 1. What is one of your biggest pet peeves, and why?
When people drive so slow on the leftmost lane. That is my biggest pet peeve. I don't know why. Or like when they walk so slow on the sidewalk. Oh, I know this happened today. It's not my biggest. I'm just naming a whole bunch of pet peeves that really bother me. This happened to me today. This group of girls, they were just like taking up the whole entire sidewalk and didn't move over. So I had to like walk onto the street to move over for them. And I think like going in, I had like this mindset. I was like telling my friend, I was like, I'm not moving, because I was on the phone with him. I was like, I'm not moving over for them. I know they're not going to move over. I'm not moving over for them. I ended up moving over because she did not look like she knew where she was walking. But that's like my biggest pet peeve. It's like, dude, like move over. You're not like the center of the world.
Gotcha.
Yeah. A true Californian with the slow left lane. I hate the slow left lane. Like, I can never do like streams where like I'm driving, because like I road rage like way too much.
Okay. Imagine.
Imagine.
Oh, I forgot to ask you about this. Okay. You mentioned social media, like, and then you took a
Uh-huh.
2-year break, right?
Yeah.
So, what do you use now, and how, like, invested are you into it?
I use Instagram and Twitch now. I would say LinkedIn, but I don't count LinkedIn. But because it's part of my job. Um, but oh hey Haru. I don't really use Instagram that much, so if like anyone ever like message me on Instagram, you're not gonna hear a reply for a few days.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have like all notifications like turn off. I try not to like use social media
Yeah.
as much as I can because like before like I got on Twitch, um, I didn't have any social media, and that's like when my life was like so simple and like I had like no worries besides like like the basic things in life and like working and stuff. Um, and so I try to like really limit like my social media usage, especially like with like Twitch too. Um, but yeah, that that's how much like I use it.
Mm-hmm. Do you have like a consistent schedule for Twitch as of now?
No, I don't. Like I don't think like I'll ever really have like a consistent schedule because like I value like I think like as like I mentioned like I value like my corporate life like a lot.
Yeah.
So my schedule is like based on like my work schedule because I don't want to like ever like I don't know like take meetings on Twitch because like it's like for like privacy reasons and like sensitivity in case like someone is able to like read my lips then like yeah I can like get in trouble and technically like Twitch is a competitor of my company.
Oh, interesting. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. What would you consider as one of your biggest accomplishments and biggest failure slash regret?
Biggest accomplishment. Mm, probably like after like dropping out of school and like maintaining like a full-time job without like having like a college degree. I think like that's like a pretty big accomplishment. Or even like now after like college, having that or being able to work at a FANG company right out of college is a pretty big like accomplishment towards or like for me at least because I never really thought that like I would like work at like a big company. I've always like liked working at startups.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in terms of like regret, I don't think I have like any regret on the top of my head. Like there's like some things where like I think like oh like yeah like I think I regret it. But I don't think like I actually like regret it because like without like having that happen in my life then I wouldn't like be where I'm at like now kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's not like oh like I regret it and like I have that like mentality for like a long period of time. It's like a short second like oh like do I regret it? But yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's a good answer. I mean, yeah, other people have shared the same sentiment, so you grow as a person with those considered failures, even though you don't consider them as failures later on.
Yeah.
All right, down to the last three. Remember, guys, if you have any questions, ask away. What was your first impression of me?
Of you?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, I think like I was just like, oh hey, hi, because you just like came in my chat. I don't like have like any like hard like impressions. Um, I think I was just like, oh like oh you stream too, nice, and then because I usually like for the most part ask if people like stream
Yeah.
when they come into my channel. Um, but Yeah, that's all like my first impression. I was like, yeah, that's it. It's not much.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I was through bagels.
Yeah.
Who are the top 5 streamers that you watch?
Top.
No specific order, just 5 that you find
Okay.
yourself watching the most.
Ladies Man 5678, so Jarrell, the homie. Now it's Bagels. What else do I watch? I usually watch like a lot of like my friends. I don't really like watch like bigger streamers.
Mm-hmm.
What else do I watch a lot? It's hard because like I leave so many tabs open, but I don't like really ever watch.
It's okay if you don't have like specific answers. You could answer however you want.
I'm trying to think. I'm like, who do I even watch? That's a very good question. Like, who do I watch? Yeah, it's mostly just like friends, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
or like instant noodles, ladies man 5678, bagels. Yeah.
For sure. Okay. Last question. So, using your contact, okay, consider that before hearing the question. Who would you like to see as a future guest on this podcast?
Ooh.
And why?
The Calvin M.
How do you spell that?
The
Mm-hmm.
and then Calvin with a C.
Okay.
And then M
Oh, just
as in
M.
moose.
Got it.
Yeah. He's a homie. He's Jarrell's housemate. I think that he would be like a good person to talk to because he's very like deep when it comes to like life talks and stuff.
Yeah.
And he just like provides like a lot of like insight and different like perspectives, very down to earth type of person.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with like his own life. So I think that he would be like a great person to have on here.
Alright, for sure. So, in the future, if I reach out to you for his contact, then I guess you could be the plug.
Yeah.
Yeah, deep
He's
talks.
amazing.
Deep talks
Deep
are awesome.
talk.
Definitely.
Have you had bagels on here?
No, I've only had 10 people so far, including you.
You should have bagels on here too.
Second answer, bagels? Okay.
Yeah, my second answer is bagels.
I'm down if bagels is down.
Just because you're friends with bagels. I also want to learn more about bagels. Who else would be good? Yeah, I think those people are like my top. I would like recommend all the homies, but
Yeah,
that's a lot of people.
for sure. Okay. Oh, by the way. So, L, is that like your middle name, and then that's just your whole name, right? For your username?
Mhm.
Okay. Got it. I had like a lot of questions. Every time I ask, I just cross it out. So my paper is like this. It's all scratched up.
Oh my god, you
Yeah.
actually take note.
Yeah. Got it though. Thank you. All right. Well, if no one else has a question, we could close this out, at least for the YouTube portion. So
YouTube portion.
yeah, since this is gonna be on YouTube, and I'm gonna just basically cut it off from this part.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, so thank you guys for tuning in to the Chang Gang podcast episode 10, featuring Kelly, who's here. Remember, you could use !podcast to get a better understanding of why I do these, and you could do !guest to see the link to her channel. Make sure to drop her a follow. And once again, Kelly, thank you so much for being a part of this podcast. It's highly appreciated. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
It was fun.
hi YouTube.
Hey, YouTube.
Yep, and for the viewers who's gonna watch through YouTube, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Much appreciated. I'll see you guys next time.